Hey guys, it's Victoria with Nutrition by Victoria, and in this video I wanted to expand on the video I did yesterday talking about the cleansing power of fruits and vegetables. So I think I'm going to make this a series and just kind of share my observational knowledge with you all. So I came to this realization about the body pushing out its own waste from my studies in undergraduate school, reading the mucus diet healing system, and then observing it on my own body. So when you pay attention to kind of like what your body's excreting, I started noticing that my teeth would get this like white film on it, and people call that plaque. But then it kind of looked like the same thing if I scratched my scalp, you know, there's some stuff that comes off of it. It looked just like that. And then every once in a while I have stuff in my eyes when I wake up in the morning, and then stuff in my nose when I wake up in the morning. And I would just kind of play with this stuff and be like, wow, this stuff is, my body's secreting it. This is waste coming out of my body. And it gets secreted from other places as well. And then it's going to come out when we defecate and then we urinate as well. Those are the main avenues of waste elimination, but also our skin too, with breakouts and pimples and blemishes and things like that. You're having waste being excreted from your body. Now, what I realized is that this waste that gets excreted on the outside is also being excreted on the inside. And there's some theories behind this, mainly that our organism is a air gas engine. So we have to take in oxygen, we have to take in air, and there is a change in pressure that occurs from when we inhale to when we exhale. So this causes this vacuum. This vacuum is not only what keeps us alive, but helps us to excrete waste as well. So your ability to eliminate waste from your body has everything to do with your ability to intake oxygen and exchange that for carbon dioxide. So it shows that people who have a faster metabolism, aka a faster ability to get rid of waste from the system and to go through cellular metabolic processes faster, take in more oxygen and excrete more carbon dioxide. Okay, so if this waste is being excreted on the inside, our digestive tract, and how I figured this out is I would have like a postnasal drip. So I'd have stuff in the back of my throat when I woke up in the morning, and I'd have stuff on the inside lining of my nostrils. And then after I'd eat some fruit in the morning and drink some water, I would have like this kind of pulling sensation on the inside, and then I would use the restroom and defecate, and all that waste, it would come out. And then the fruit, what is so cool about it is it dissolves internal waste. So anything that's lining the GI tract, it hits it and it dissolves it, and the fiber in the water help to move it out of the system. A lot of people get on fasting to cleanse. Fasting, you go through your overnight fast and you're sleeping, and you have ideally eaten dinner the night before, so you have the energy to go through these cleansing processes. The minute you restrict your food intake, it starts to slow everything down. So then your body's just holding on to waste. When you're eating enough calories, you're hydrated, that water helps to buffer any toxins in your body, and then the food you eat helps to eliminate slowly over time as your tissue system pushes out this waste just from breathing. Exercise increases this process, so it makes it happen faster, but you don't even need to exercise in order to have this happen. It's happening for everybody. If you are alive, your body is pushing out waste. So to kind of sum this up, I don't want this video to be too long. When you go through your overnight fast, you have the energy and nutrients you ate the day before to help cleanse your system. then you wake up and you feel kind of encumbered in a little bit of waste, kind of groggy, or maybe you don't. Depends on how much cleansing happened overnight. It depends on what diet you're eating currently. It depends on how many fruits you're eating every day. The composition of your diet will dictate the speed of this process as well. So it is highly dependent on how much you're eating, what it is you're eating, how much you're exercising, how much you're sleeping, and you can just follow the basic guidelines that I've been presenting in my videos. Drinking 2.5 to 3 liters of water a day, eating a minimum for women 2,000 calories a day. Ideally, you want to eat more than that. 2,500 calorie minimum for men, and this is for sedentary folks. You can do it based on your appetite as well, but if you're coming from an under-eating background, you're going to have to kind of coach your body into getting used to eating enough, because you want to maintain your hydration stores, glycogen stores, water on your body. So just keep that in mind. And then your cells need energy. They need sugar. They need fructose and glucose in order to operate efficiently, keep your metabolism high so that they are good at getting rid of this waste in your system that ultimately causes chronic disease later down the line. So you go through your overnight fast, you wake up, you drink your water, you start the cleansing or the elimination process, you go to the bathroom, then you do some exercise, or maybe you eat a piece of fruit first. I like to eat something before I work out in the morning. Then I do my exercise, then a big breakfast, and then, everything else starts to flow out and you're flushing all that waste out of your system, and then you go through your day and then you have your next meal. And ideally you want to be aiming to have a bowel movement after every big meal. One in the morning when you first wake up, one after breakfast, one after lunch, one after dinner. That's 4. Minimum bowel movements I recommend is 2 a day is like the bare minimum. You want that secreted waste to be coming out of your system, because if you don't have it coming out, you're probably going to reabsorb it, or it's going to sit around and it's going to hit whatever other food you're eating. A lot of IBS, from what I've come to realize, has to do with this waste just hanging out in your system, and then you eat foods that aren't necessarily ideal, and then they run into this waste, and then it creates these big gas bubbles. So when I switched from starch solution, which I did not too long ago, but about 2-3 weeks ago, to raw tofu, I transitioned. So I kind of weaned myself off of large amounts of rice and grains and white potatoes, and switched to root vegetables. Had a few days where I was just eating fruits and vegetables, and it kind of got things rolling a little bit faster. My gut transit time is faster now, so I'm not having that fermented waste in my body kind of messing with my belly and making it bloated, and my belly is much flatter now. This is after 2 meals today than it was. So that's the gist of this video. I don't want these videos to be too long, so I'm gonna end it here. I'll do a what I eat in a day video. My what I eat in a day from last week is basically what I'm eating now. Fruit for breakfast, fruit for lunch, maybe a salad as a late lunch, and then dinner is cooked non-starchy and root vegetables along with a little bit of salad. So yes, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about this, please leave them in the comments below. And please understand that I am just sharing my observations, my theories, my knowledge about this subject that has been investigated in the early 20th century and kind of forgotten. So I'm trying to bring this back to light. For me, it has just made complete and utter sense from a very basic, intuitive place. But you have to understand, if you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, I'm eating all these foods and they're mucus forming or whatever, understand that there is a transition process that you'll go through as you kind of wean off of mucus forming foods and eating more mucusless foods, and eating the foods that were designed for our biology and designed for us to have a level of optimal health. Just bear with me as we explore this new kind of topic together. Yeah, so I'll end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.